Welcome to another episode of the Wrestling Renaissance Rants. This is episode 2 of season 2, and we go over the top stories from AEW, WWE, and TNA PLEs. We also go over predictions or thoughts of a wrestler of next year, their plans, or the next PLE's plans in WWE. To start off with, let's go over WWE's Elimination Chamber PLE. The first match was the Women's Elimination Chamber match, which started off with Liv and Naomi. But before the bell could be rung, Jade Cargill returns and attacks Naomi. As I was watching, I kept saying it was always Naomi who attacked Jade, since she wanted to be a champion again, and she was the first person to say about teaming with Bianca and to keep the titles. After her attack, Bianca's pod opened next. She was distraught and went to the cage door, but Liv Morgan attacked her when she was too focused on Naomi being carted off. One by one, Roxanne, Bayley, and then Alexa Bliss came out in that order. The match ended when the final woman left tried to hit Bianca with a Oblivion, but was countered into the KOD to get the pinfall. Bianca Belair wins. Following Monday night, Bianca will be competing against Io Sky for the Raw Women's Championship at Wrestlemania. The next match was a tag team match with Trish Stratus and Tiffany Stratton versus Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. This match was good, but I cannot say much because I don't watch tag team matches a lot, so I was only listening but not watching. But the match ended after Stratus performed the top rope Stratusfaction on Jax, and Stratus attempted a pin on Jax. Relay tried to break up the pin with a lion salt. However, Stratus moved out of the way, and Relay struck Jax instead. Stratton then performed the prettiest moonsault ever on Jax to win the match. Third match was an unsanctioned match with Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens. This match was insane, and I loved every bit of it. Sami and Kevin put their bodies on the line every week, and for a perfect send-off for Sami to finally take a break, this was a lay. Kevin and Sami used tables, chairs, barbed wires, and had insane spots. With a pinfall on Sami, Kevin Owens wins. Sami is out till May. After the match, Kevin Owens tried to injure Sami on concrete, but Randy Orton returns and takes out Kevin Owens. He then prepares the punt kick Kevin. The security stops, and just as he was about to punt, Randy then RKOs multiple security members. The final match is the Men's Elimination Chamber match. The match started with Drew McIntyre versus Seth Rollins. Then Damian Priest followed by Logan Paul came out of their pods. Logan Paul hits Damian with a lucky punch. Cena comes out. Drew hits Cena with a Claymore before Damian Priest rolls up Drew for the pin. Drew is eliminated. Drew then Claymored Priest before leaving, in which Logan Paul frog splash and pins Priest. CM Punk comes out last. Punk performs the GTS on Logan and pins him. 3 remain. CM Punk hits Rollins with a GTS, and then Cena hits Rollins with an AA, then pinning him. 2 remain. Rollins at the end performs a stomp on Punk, giving Cena the chance to pin. Cena wins. At the end of the show, we had the segment for Will Cody sell his soul to The Rock. The Rock comes out with Travis Scott after Cody and Cena are in the ring. The Rock offers a lot of stuff. Cody says he wants everything, but he already sold his soul to the ring. Then he said go F yourself to The Rock. Cody then hugs Cena. The camera zooms in The Rock's face, but The Rock gives the end him signal. Cena kicks Cody with a low blow, then takes his watch and smacks him with it. Before having The Rock whip Cody, Cena taking the title and hitting Cody. He then holds it up at the camera. Cena has just gone heel. Now we'll go over the predictions of NXT Roadblock and some of the matches for WrestleMania and AEW Revolution for who will win. The 4th annual NXT Roadblock event. Oba Femi, who is the current champion, versus Moose for the NXT Championship. I said I think Oba Femi will win. Hardy Boys, Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy, champions, versus Axiom and Nathan Frazier for the TNA World Tag Team Championship. I actually said Axiom and Nathan Frazier might win. I think this would be a really cool opportunity to allow NXT people to hold some TNA titles. Because if this is allowed, then eventually we're going to have TNA holding NXT titles. And this will be a really good way to allow for both sides to flourish, with us holding some of the titles and then TNA holding some titles at some point, where we go back and forth with holding titles of different calibers. Then we have the NXT Women's Championship and NXT Women's North American Championship winner takes all match. Julia, NXT's champion, versus Stephanie Van Kier, the North American champion. I said Stephanie Van Kier is going to win and I recently found out that Julia might be injured, so this might be a way for her to lose the title, and so she can be written off, so she can be able to heal up and get better, So Van Kier is going to be a double champion. Then we have Javon Evans versus Ethan Page in a New York City street fight. I said Evans is going to win. Because Ethan Page has already been a champion. He has had a bunch of wins. Javon Evans is still much newer talent, and it's good to get him a win, especially on a former champion. So having Evans wins is I think is a good idea to have. Then we have Jordynne Grace versus Roxanne Perez in a singles match. I think Grace is going to win. They want to build up Grace because she's got signed. She's on NXT now. They want to make her be very powerful. So have Grace beat Roxanne Perez. Send Perez onto the main roster by having Grace defeat Roxanne. Because Roxanne Perez has been in the Royal Rumble and Elimination Chamber. She's already basically going to be going into the main roster. So Jordynne Grace winning makes sense. Now, these are some of these matches have been confirmed because of Elimination Chamber and Royal Rumble. But 2 of these matches are matches that have not been confirmed, but I think might happen and who I think will win. So we have Io Sky versus Bianca Belair. I think Io Sky is going to retain at WrestleMania. She has just won the title from earlier this week. She has just won the title from Rhea Ripley. So I think Io Sky should retain against Bianca Belair. But I think they'll definitely have a feud going on afterwards between the two, where they'll be continuing, where maybe Io Sky will lose the title at one of PLEs after WrestleMania, but I don't think they're going to have to lose it. Then I have Charlotte Flair versus Tiffany Stratton. I think Tiffany Stratton's going to retain. I think this is going to be the perfect way to have Tiffany Stratton be one of the most veteran women's wrestlers and former champion in WWE, and getting Tiffany Stratton that rocket by beating Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania. Then we have Jey Uso versus Gunther. I think Jey Uso is going to win. I definitely think Jey Uso is going to win. Makes sense. I feel like that's how it should be. Especially because, yes, Gunther lost last year, and then this will be his second loss. But things happen. Cody Cody didn't lose. Actually, no, Cody didn't lose twice because Cody won against Seth in 38. Alright. Then we have John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. I think Cody Rhodes is going to win. I don't think Cena is going to win the title at WrestleMania. I think he's going to win the title at some point in the year, but not this early. Because if he wins the title, what point is there for him to even want to defend it? What point would be for him even going for King of the Ring? Try to become the king? Going for Money in the Bank? What is there for him to want to even be in those matches if he becomes champion? Especially as a heel, he wouldn't even want to defend the title. He'll purposely not defend the title against anyone he deems good. He'll only try to defend the title against people that are way below him. So he wants to retain the title, not want to chance it to skill. So I think Cody Rhodes is going to win at WrestleMania. Then we have these are 2 that I picked that I think are matches going to happen. Punk versus Seth Rollins. Next week, on Monday, there is going to be Punk versus Seth Rollins in a steel cage. I think what's going to happen there is someone's going to escape. So they're going to be out. They're going to be talking about how you didn't even pin me. You didn't even submit me. You escaped. You ran away from me. You ran and escaped. I want you in a steel cage for a Hell in a Cell match where you could try to escape, but the match doesn't end until either one of us pins or submit each other. I think that's how it's going to go. But a steel cage, you can escape, but being a Hell in a Cell, you can't escape it because it doesn't end the match if you escape, compared to steel cage. So I think that steel cage is going to end with one of the 2 escaping and not pinning or submitting the other, making it where then they have a reason to continue because none of them actually got to pin or submit each other. You just ran away. So I think that's going to be a WrestleMania match, and I think it might be in Hell in a Cell, and I think Punk's going to win that. So because of that, I think Seth Rollins is going to escape. I think Seth Rollins is going to escape the steel cage. So Punk's going to win at Hell in a Cell, or whatever match they do, at WrestleMania. Then I have Drew versus Damian Priest. From what we saw in Elimination Chamber, how Damian Priest and Drew are against each other and they mess for each other. Just like how when Logan Paul got out because of Randy Orton, so then he came back and knocked out Randy Orton to give the win to Drew McIntyre last year. So this year, Damian Priest pinned Drew, so Drew attacked Damian Priest to get Damian Priest eliminated. So that definitely seems like what the Wrestlemania match is going to be. It's Drew versus Damian Priest, and I think Drew's going to win. So he's going to win twice. Two WrestleManias in a row. So yeah, I think Drew's going to win that. Now we're going on to AEW Revolution. We got Big Boom AJ and the Commemoration, Orange Cassidy and Mark Briscoe, versus Johnny TV and MXM Collection, Mansoor and Mason Madden, in a trios match. I said Johnny TV and MXM Collection's gonna win. I know it doesn't make sense. I'm literally only picking it because it's Mansoor and Mason Madden, and I'd love to see him win, and I don't know who Johnny TV is. And I know the Congregation is. I've watched them. I was there when I watched them back in September. I also got to see MXM. So I still think it's MXM's gonna win. That's just my personal thing, just because I know who MXM is from WWE, and I want to see him win. Then we have the AEW Continental Championship match. Kazuchika, I can't speak it. Okada versus Brody King. I think Okada's going to retain. Just because it's Okada. Real Ospreay versus Kyle Fletcher in a steel cage match. And you guys will be like, oh, he's going to say Real Ospreay. Because it's Real Ospreay. I said it's Kyle Fletcher. I think Kyle Fletcher's going to win. Again, I have no reasons. I don't watch AEW. I just know the names. So I'm literally, this is all guessing right now. None of this is with logic. None of this is with like, oh, this guy did this other week, and I think it's, I don't watch it. I don't watch it at all. So it's all based on names. And it's literally all guessing, and we're gonna try to see, after WrestleMania, we'll be going through all of these and seeing how our guessing is. I think there's gonna be a TNA thing, and I didn't do TNA. Sorry. I was gonna do a TNA stuff, and I forgot to do it. MJF versus Hangman Adam Page in a singles match. I think Hangman Adam Page is gonna win. I think maybe if MJF, I don't know if he's resigned. If he's not resigned, this could be a way to start getting signed off of, like, have him, like, eventually Hangman's gonna win, then, or actually MJF could win this. Then they have one big match where it ends MJF and he gets him off TV. But I said Hangman Adam Page just cause. Then we got number one's contender match for AEW World Championship. Swerve Strickland versus Ricochet. I think Ricochet's gonna win. I think they're gonna try to push Ricochet really high in this because they got Ricochet and they want to keep him. He's a really good wrestler. So they're gonna send him up to the World Championship matches, and they might even put the title on him, which would be a really fun, cool thing to do. Then we have Mercedes Moné versus Momo Watanabe. Watanabe. Singles match for the AEW TBS Championship. I said Mercedes Moné is gonna win, but I might actually think Momo might win. Like, because Mercedes Moné, it's like has every single championship except the Women's World Championship. I could definitely see Moné actually losing here and start losing all her titles that she's been winning. And then she's going to be like, you know what? It's time to go for the world title. And then we got like the Toni Storm or Mariah May, whoever wins there. She goes after. Then we got the Hurt Syndicate. Hurt Syndicate. Bobby Lashley and Shawn Benjamin, who are the current champions with MVP, versus the Outlanders, Turbo Floyd and Truth Magnum, for the tag team, AEW World Tag Team Championship. I said the Hurt Syndicate's going to retain and win. Then we have Timeless Toni Storm, who's the current champion. She won at some point. She won that Grand Slam Australia, versus Mariah May in a Fall Counts Anywhere match. I think Toni Storm's going to win. too early for Mariah May to win it back. I think they're gonna wait for the big show coming up to have Mariah May either win back or Mercedes. I think as Mercedes Moné is gonna go for the title. So I think whoever wins here, I think it's gonna be Toni Storm, and it's gonna be Toni Storm versus Mercedes Moné at some point in a few months. Then we have Takeshita, who's the current AEW International Champion with Don Callis, versus Kenny Omega. I said Kenny Omega is going to win. I think she's going to lose the title to Omega. Just cuz. And then we have Jon Moxley, who's the current champion, versus Cope. For the AEW World Championship. I think Cope's going to win. I think it's time for Jon Moxley to lose the title, because he's had it for a while. And Cope wins it. Adam Copeland. If he finally wins it, he'll be the AEW World Champion. And it'll be Ricochet versus Adam Copeland. So I think that's what's going to happen. And with all of that, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time, and good. Bye!